Hi guys, welcome to another Oakley Pause video. Today, as you might notice, I'm actually in real life, which is pretty crazy. It's not Minecraft. What I'm going to be teaching you is the Pythagorean Theorem. As the title suggests, I am a high schooler and I'm going to try to teach you the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, my friends have been asking for me to do a video like this, so I'm just going to do a video like this. If you guys like these videos and need help with math, just let me know. Put that in the comment section below if you guys want to see more. So the Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, that's all the theorem is. And it's used on triangles like this. See that little square right there? That means 90. Like this, where it actually comes out and says 90 degrees, but cannot be used on triangles that say 91. That cannot be used on triangles that have a 89 degrees. Cannot be used on. It has to be 90 degrees, okay? If the triangle looks like this and has a circle here, that is not the same as the square, okay? What that means is it's equal to another angle, and it could be on a different triangle. So that would mean these two angles are the same. The only time this would work is if this one was 90. But most of the time, it's not going to be 90, so just don't count on it, okay? And so this is the triangles you want. Now, the way you do it is if we got a triangle like this, right? This side's A. If this is 90, then this side's A, that side's B, and this side's C, okay? Now, how do I know this, okay? The way you figure this out is C is always across from the 90-degree angle. It's on the hypotenuse, always, okay? A can be here, and B can be here, or B can be here, and A can be here. Just if A's here, then B has to be here, and if A's here, B can be here. You can really choose most of the time on the problems. Just make sure, if it says it, to make sure you got this right, okay? So if we got a problem like this, right? And this side's 3 and this side's 4. Basically, what we can do is we know this side's going to be C. Then we can make this equal to A and this side equal to B, okay? A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? And then we can just substitute it in. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. And that's because b is 4, a is 3, because that's how we signed it. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 times 4 is 16, equals c squared. And then we add them together. That gets 25 equals c squared. The way to get rid of the squared is to square root both sides. So if I do that, and then that would get rid of that. And the square root of 25. So 5 equals c in this problem. Now, most of the time, this is not going to be as well as it just worked. Most of the time, it's going to be a decimal answer. So like a problem like this. If this is 7 and this is 5 and we have a 90 degree, then this one's not going to come out as well. So we can make this equal to A, this equal to B, and this is C, okay? A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? A is 7, so we do 7 squared plus then 5 here, 5 squared equals C squared, okay? 7 times 7, 49, plus 5, 25, equals c squared. This is going to be 74, okay, equals c squared. That's just if you add these two together. The way to get rid of the square root again, do that and then square both sides, or find the square root both sides after you get rid of the square. And then if you don't know how to do this, it's really simple. Grab your calculator, turn it on, okay? You're going to press this button right here, second, and then if you look really closely in your calculator, this little square root button right here, you're going to press that. You'll notice that, all right? Now you got the square root symbol. Our number right here is 74. Put in 74 on your calculator. Most of the time, you're going to want to finish parentheses, okay? And they just hit enter, and we get this number. That is our answer. That's what C is. So 8.602 equals C. Now here's the thing, okay? Make sure when you're looking at the question and stuff that it knows, well, that you know what it wants you to go to. So what it wants you to round to. So if this says round to the nearest 10th, 8.6. Round to the nearest 100th, 8.60. Round to the nearest 1,000th, 8.602. Most of the time it's going to be like the 100th for sides and stuff. So 8.60 in this case. Make sure if this rounds up to add 1 here. Okay. If it's like 5 or higher, then it rounds up. All right, let's do another problem. Okay. So let's say, okay, 90 degree angle, and this side's 5, but this side is 8, okay? Now we don't know what to do. Well, this is actually really simple. We're going to assign this side to A, this side to B, and then this side's going to be equal to C, okay? It's still A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? But since we're trying to find B, we're going to put it by itself, so B squared, and we're going to subtract A squared from both sides to do that, okay? So B squared equals C squared minus A squared. Okay? B squared equals, C squared is 8, so 8 squared minus 5, so 5 squared, And then we just are going to put them to the square, and that's going to do 64 minus 25. And then we're just going to subtract them. So b squared equals, and then if you don't know this, just put in your calculator. 64 minus 25. It's a pretty simple one. It's going to equal 39. 39. Now we just get rid of the square root by, get rid of the square by square rooting it. And then you're going to square root both sides. B equals the square root of 39. Go into your calculator. Press second. And then you'll see that little symbol. It's button under it. Press that, and look, you got the square root again. And you're going to put in 39. Oh, shoot. 39, and you can just, let me delete those real quick. All right, and then you're going to get 6.24. So B equals 6, as you can see in here. If we're doing to the nearest hundredth, 6.24. Okay? That's what B equals in this scenario, okay? But what happens when we get exponents involved? When we get exponents involved, it's a little bit of a different scenario, but it's fairly the same thing, okay? Let's say that this is like 6x, and then this is like 9x, okay? And we're trying to find this side right here. Well, we're going to do the normal thing. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then we're trying to find this, which we'll assign as b. So we'll equal this one to b. This one will equal a, and this side will equal c. It's always c because this one's crossed, so we just chose these. Put b by itself, you subtract a squared from both sides. You're going to get b squared equals c squared minus a squared, as usual. But here's the difference. Now we have these variables. So this is why I've been like putting these parentheses on the other problems like this. I've been putting parentheses here for this reason. B squared equals, and then we substitute in 9x. 9x squared, see that? Put the parentheses around it. Minus 6x squared. Okay? And then here's the thing here. When you do it like this, make sure 9 times 9 is 81. And since there's an x, you're going to square that too. So it should be x squared minus 6 times 6, 36. 36, and then x squared. Okay? And then we can just subtract, since these are both x squared, 81 minus 36. You can go into your calculator, do 81. Oh, shoot. 81 minus 36. Okay? That's going to give you 45. So, b squared equals 45x squared. Okay? Now, the way to solve this, obviously, is by doing the square root on both sides. Get rid of the square. And you'll notice, since this x is already squared, b equals, and since x is already squared, you do square root of 45, and you get x out because it was already squared. And then we just put this in the calculator. Second, square root 45, and we get this number right here. So b equals 6.7, and then we can round it. And this is why it's important right here. See how this is an 8? If we do the nearest hundredth, right, you might say 6.07. But 8 actually rounds up, so it's 6.71. Okay, and then you put this x down here, it just carries down. And that's what b equals in this problem. I hope that helps with you all. And if you need any more videos, just let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this kind of content, I will make more of it. And I hope this helps. See you guys.